Yeah, it's good to know you're still with us. The program, of course, is still the Breakfast Weekend. And on this segment, we're going to be looking at the Nigerians that people talk about, and I'm talking about creativity. Nigerians are known to be very creative people. In spite of our challenges, we are very creative. And I have guests in the studio who are going to be looking at creativity from a different perspective that is not generally common around in this part of the world. I'm talking about turning waste into artworks and even making money out of it. So I have with us in the studio Wale Lawal. He's an artist, and next to him is Jumoke Olowo-Okere, who is the director of African Creative Hub. It's good to have you on the show this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming.
So, Mr. Wale, your kind of art, how do you, what are the materials you use, and how do you come about, what you've been able to produce so far using waste products?
Actually, some years back, I came back the idea of some waste just caught my attention, like bones, fish bones, ground corks, leathers, and all that. So over the years, I tried to collect as many as possible. So at the point, I had like a room full of junks. At the point, my wife was like, "Yeah, turn it to a junk, turn the whole house to a junkyard." And I was actually asking God, what will I do with that? So I was actually trying out so many things. So at the point, I tried some things with math. I tried some things with, I think I tried with cow skull at the point, wax. Then at the point, I narrowed it down to the common waste that I pick from carpenters, from like sawdust, like chip-offs of woods, like frames. Then when I reached the frame part, I actually got it right. So I bring the frames together to form a particular pattern. Then I go to tailors, I pick cover buttons, jumps, pieces of clothing. Then I go to other parts to make some design with them.
I'm curious though. Did you just wake up one day and decide, let me start picking junks?
No.
Or you've been doing things in the arts
I'm actually an artist. I'm a creative artist. But actually I draw and I paint.
Okay.
But at certain point, you just want to explore. Then it's like junks just beckon onto me. Sometimes when I see fish bone or you serve me chicken wings, like when I want
so
to
you take it home. For example, you go on Christmas Day. You take the home.
Especially the drumstick part. I always want to hide one in my pocket.
The dogs will be contending with that. So actually taking the bones away now.
Yeah, like fish bones. Then when I'm to eat like a full croaker, I like to eat it stylishly so that I can have a complete bone. So I did something with that at a point. I sprayed the bone, leaving the whole head. Now the problem was how to preserve it. Yeah. So I have to go to Bodija market to talk to some people that sell dry fish. So I was able to preserve it. Then I sprayed that bone. And so I just love it. Then I fixed it on a glass, and somebody just came to my house and was just head over heels with it. I love this, I'm going to buy this. So I didn't actually sell. I gave it to him. Then years back, sent me a picture that this is my house in the US. I was like, what? You are going to pay? And like that, the journey has been good. It's been years now. Then I started.
So people have come to embrace it, and
of course,
you get them to appreciate it more now.
Mrs. Olowo-Okere does something similar. You also take waste materials and then you use them to create art. How do you go about yours?
Well, I have this thing. Anytime I'm in the house, I'm in the kitchen, and let's say I just want to fry egg, and I just break an egg, pour it, and then I put that thing, that eggshell, as beautiful as it is, and I put it inside the dustbin. I started getting very angry in my spirit about it. I didn't know how to come about because I didn't have any background of art. I didn't do art in school. I didn't have any art teacher up till that point.
So how did you get into art?
By passion, by interest. I didn't do art anywhere. I didn't have any art teacher from primary, secondary, university, nowhere. Nothing related to art.
So how
So I started having this issue with throwing things that I finished using, kitchen waste, home waste, like corn shafts, like box of juice, plastic bottles. I started having issues throwing them in the dustbin. So what I do is that once I finish using, I just rinse, I keep it on the shelf. Before you know it, I had a whole full room full of junk also. And my husband keeps saying, excuse me, what are you going to do with this thing? I keep answering back, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I know that it must be useful. And then along the line, I got bored with my job. I was working as an executive secretary in a company, and I got bored. I had twins, and I resumed mat leave, and I just lost interest in the general atmosphere of work. And then a friend of mine called me and said, your interest, you like, what else do you like doing? I said, I like reading. He said, no problem. If you like reading, why don't you do something around that field? So I said, okay, start selling books. And so he took me to Lagos, and we started selling books, and I started doing books. And then one day, I just stumbled on an art book, and it said $1 craft. And I'm like, and I opened it. It was very expensive. I couldn't afford to buy it. But immediately I opened it, I couldn't drop it. So I'm like, I couldn't drop this book. So all the money I was supposed to use to buy so many books, I bought just that one book. And from Lagos to Ibadan, I couldn't drop the book. And that was how it started. I started seeing pictures of different home waste and what I can do with it. And that was how it started, like 10 years ago.
Then after that, there was a project you created.
I just did
PP40.
I just finished a project November 8th.
Okay.
Last year, October, I was at home. I wanted money. I was asking God to send me an alert on my account. And then along the line, I just drifted off in my thoughts. And I started thinking, I've been 40. I've lived all my life in Ibadan. I was born here, primary, secondary, university, everything. I got married here, I served here.
Wow.
I lived all my life in Ibadan. And so I said, I'm going to be 40 next year. And I don't want to do a party. What can I do? And then that idea just dropped. Why don't you go to 40 public school? Teach them how to use the waste that is available around them to get what they don't have, which is a playground. And so I started immediately. I didn't wait. The following day, I went straight to the suburb. I went straight to all the places I needed to go to. And that was, like I said, last year, October, I started with the first school. So I would go to the school, and then I had a lot of series of crafts that I've done already with waste. Different forms of waste. Tires, I turn tires into furniture.
Yeah, I know you do a lot with tires.
I use a lot of tires. I use a lot of plastic bottles. So I have a lot of plastic bottles that I've turned into chairs like this that you will never know they are plastic bottles. I have a lot of tires that I've turned into sofas like this that you will never know they are tires. So I took them to the school. I had a lot of craft that I've done with corn shafts that you would never have guessed that it's corn shaft. So I show the student, and then I tell them, go into your community, gather all the waste bottles that you have, gather all the tires that you have, bring them on so date, we will come. So it's a whole day affair. So once we go, both the teachers, head of school, everybody, we will do art all day. So we expose them to different forms of art, they work with different forms of medium, and that was how it started.
Now, all these things that even Mr. Lawal uses and the ones you use are quite degradable. These are things that can get bad easily.
Not that easily.
How do you
like
preserve?
Plastic bottles don't get bad that easily. Plastic bottles can last up to 300 years.
But if I sit on a plastic bottle,
you will
won't it
never know it's a
become-
plastic bottle.
How would you do that?
Tires too.
You will never know it's a plastic. He has seen some of the works that
I've seen the
if I don't
tentative
tell you that it is
to do
plastic
with
bottle,
tire.
you will never know, because it will be like this that you're sitting down on exactly.
Now, a tire after a while starts removing all this.
It doesn't. It's
Really?
before it will do that, it will take like another maybe 100 years.
Wow. Okay, but compared to Mr. Wale, some of the things you use don't have that.
That shelf life.
Yes, they don't. They don't
Well,
have
it has
that
been preserved
shelf life,
already.
You know.
How
So
do you do the
how do you
preservation?
get? You talked about the one you had to go to Bodija Market to last with some of the sellers or some of that. For other ones, how have you been able to preserve them?
You know, science and technology has really helped us.
Okay.
And then the availability of internet makes things so
Easy.
and
Okay.
it's quite, now it's like we have information overload. Something that seems like a problem, somebody has faced it somewhere else before, and they find a way around it. I work mostly with woods, frames, plastic sometimes, and after a while I mingle with some community, and I discover that the best form of junk for what I'm doing, they are processed woods, which I can pick somewhere. So already, like the off-cut of frames that I use for my work, they've been processed, preserved. It's like the wood that we have in our homes. Some of those furnitures can last you for years. So once I pick them, I can actually turn them to what I want. Then those are not preserved now. I work with some people that have some chemicals that you can actually use
To preserve.
Yeah, I'm working on
Yeah.
there was a day I was in UI, then I packed somewhere, I was picking logs of wood that and some people were asking why. So right inside UI, I asked one of the lecturers, this wood I want it to last for 250 years. And the man was like, why 250? Why can't you go 1,000?
Now,
And we laugh over it. And he was like, okay, actually you can get this, that. Then you just process it and leave it for like, I think it's maybe 78 hours. Then reapply this, and that's what I'm working on now. I want to actually use them as tool and glass. Then I use glass mirrors, plain glass, and for all I care, we have some mirrors that have been in the house before I was born.
Yeah, that have
So
not been used.
then we look into the shelf life too, and we look at how long this can go. And I'm currently working on a particular project now, New City. The whole idea came from the fact that like Mr. Okere, I've been in Ibadan most of my, I was born and bred here, and I've always known Ibadan to be. They always, okay, I was in Lagos, they call Ibadan the city with the brown roof.
yes.
And I was like, yeah, that's who we are. And somebody said Ibadan is full of jobs, and I think they got that too. So I went into my car, then I picked one of those things, and I was like, okay, we can actually change this narrative. Let me do something like that to the new city. The city is actually in us. It's some people that come up with the ideas to do the Abu Dhabi, to do some other places. As Omobadan, when I'm in Lagos, sometimes I always have neck pain because we have to look at those skyscrapers. I'm like, wow, people are actually doing this. Then when I come to Ibadan, of course, the tallest happened to be the Cocoa House.
Cocoa House.
So one day, after I met that guy, I was in the car, I was looking at those jugs. I always have them in my boots everywhere. So then I got a plain canvas. Then I started setting them up. I can actually build a new city. Then I was trying to imagine skyscrapers, and actually that was like the bomb. Immediately I did that. I've sold quite a copy of that. Then there are some people that are working on another project with that. So immediately I got that seems like the breakthrough on that aspect. So immediately people hear about it that, okay, what's the whole idea about this? So it's a new city, the city that you imagine. You can all create a home from a house. It depends on how we see this thing. If you say it's a city with brown roof, somebody say Ibadan is dirty, Ibadan is this, but come around, this is what we can do. Then somebody asked me this question that's difficult to answer, that when will this come to be? I said it's a matter of time. So far our mind can conceive it,
Then it can happen.
And it can be achieved.
I understand recently when the vice president visited Ibadan, you had the opportunity of meeting him.
Yes.
Yeah, was this one of the things? I saw you presenting something to him.
Yes.
You know, was this one of the things you presented to him?
Actually, that's what really got his attention. It's something like this, something small and actually crafty. When he came to my stand, he couldn't actually believe that I made those tours. He was like, you don't look like an artist. I said, I'm one. I said, no, you are not an artist. Are you the one that made this? I said, yeah. Then we were on that for like 2 minutes. Then he paused. Then we looked around. He started asking a question. How did you make this? How did you make? Okay, bring this one down. Okay, bring this. Then it was there for like almost 10 minutes looking at different stuffs. Then the jump part actually caught his attention because of the finishing. Then when he was leaving, I actually wanted him to buy a particular frame. And then he said, that's too much for my budget or something. And I laughed, sir, you are the number two. He said, no, I can't buy them. But he loved a particular piece, small. And I was like, okay, I can, sir, if you are not buying prof, I can bless you with this. And I said, yeah. And he said something that never left me since that. He said Nigerians don't know how to be great. That here everybody wanted money from me. And you know, before he got to my stand, I was on boat, maybe 20 or so. So I've been to like 19 or and everybody is like this.
Everybody wants their cuts.
Yeah,
the
they
national
put his
cake.
picture on pro pillows, and everybody was forcing something on him. And when it was leaving, I said, okay, let me bless you with this. Then I noticed his interest in a particular piece. So I offered him something else. It was like, what I said, actually, that's what I wanted to give you. Of course, I gave
He gave it to him free.
Yes,
Wow.
so I gave him, he turned back. Then he came back again. Then he collected the piece. Then he said, okay, guys, let's take pictures. Then he started giving me some links, of course, that I can share with you guys.
Why?
But he actually got interested in that. Then he actually tried to hook me up with some
With
things,
other
and it
people.
was like, this is a good representation
Connect.
of Nigeria. You can take this abroad, go to this commission, go here, go there. And actually the presidency has done well in that regard. They
Now,
kept in touch.
Mr. Lawal, this piece that we have on the table here,
Can you?
what were the things that went into producing this?
Okay, this particular piece Okay, this is like the secret of the trade that I shouldn't share with you guys, but we still share. Actually, this is a picture frame.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got this picture frame from somewhere in town, so you can always buy
That.
picture frame. Then the back of it, there's a board inside, like
Okay.
the brown board that they use for every other thing. Then I covered the board,
Okay.
put hook somewhere. Then my card is at the back. Now go back to this front. The people that make shoes, bags, and some other things, the artisans, they use some things that they call leather.
Okay.
Okay.
But they are not really leather.
Leather.
Some of them are like wallpaper from other countries in like size. So I do collect from them. Until
Free.
of course, and all those things are off court.
Yes. They don't really need it. They are really yes.
Okay.
It's
Go on.
like, it's like your cloth now. I can come to your tailor that I need some
These pieces.
Yeah, of course, you are not doing anything. So I collect that. Then I get top bond,
Okay.
the white glue.
Bond.
You fasten this leather on the brown board.
Board.
Then
Okay.
you put it in a frame. That's the first stage. Then you hook it at the back. Then you apply this brown paper
Okay.
to make that. Now that's the finishing. Now the artwork, this square is actually in 4 pieces. So they all come in like triangle.
Each one.
These
Okay.
are pieces of other frames like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That has been abandoned.
That's been abandoned. So they always, where I pick this from, they always pay the waste management authority
come and collect
to
it.
come and collect it. So
Wow.
I
They are doing them
said,
a favor.
it's easier now. Let me just help you guys pack this now. So, and sometimes when I'm doing this, I'll pour it directly into my boots or my. And in fact, I was doing that one day. Somebody was taking a picture. But funny enough, the guy bought artwork from me one day. So now this comes in 3 pieces. So like from here to here, this is one. This is one again. So what I did with this is that I first put 2 together.
Okay.
Then I gum it, glue them together.
Okay.
Put another 2 together. Then I now now I have 2 pieces. Then I put them together here. Then I gum it together. That's what brought.
The reason I asked for that breakdown is the materials you use are relatively easy to find.
Yeah.
However, the stress that goes into it
Not only the
is
stress,
not
the
so
creative
easy.
thinking.
The creativity is something that should be paid for. Now, most of these artworks are normally expensive. When you see people who do these unique things, they're normally very expensive. So when people come to you and you tell them the price and they draw back, are you normally encouraged? Are you motivated to do more when you put a price to such huge thing and they ask why is it so expensive? How does it make you feel?
Basically, I've been there. I've sold at good prices and I've sold at relatively bad prices too. One thing that I'm trying to achieve with the artwork is that I discovered that lately more of us we want something on our wall. We have more of decorative people now. So what I do is that I give you a relatively fair price. So
Okay.
sometimes people feel it's too much, they go away. Then I always give you my page online. Go and check. If it's okay, fine. Then if it's not, go
And you may
more.
even find something else.
Yeah, but over the time, the prices are relatively affordable.
Now,
Okay.
Mrs. Oluokere, your own artworks, do you sell them? Are they for free? How do you go about that?
Like the furnitures we normally sell the furnitures.
Okay.
We sell interiors, home interiors, exteriors and interiors. We have mirrors, we have wall frames like these that we made all from waste. We use mostly corn shaft,
Okay.
the peels of corn, and
Okay.
then we put them in mirrors. We put them, we place them on mirrors. I didn't even remember to bring any. So and they're for sale, and they're relatively, the prices are, beautiful. Most people will sometimes, some artwork normally are not meant for everybody.
Sure.
Some will like it, some will admire it, some will just like it from afar, some won't even want to pay any money, some will want it for free. So you just get those diverse customers and the ones that can pick it. Some place orders, some call us to see a new house and see what kind of artworks we can do. But everybody knows us now that what we use is waste. Presently now we do them, but we also have a lot of community projects we do. We use them as the CSR for our company. Presently we just finished a almost 20 feet Christmas tree made from plastic bottles.
Wow.
And we also use tires. We put them on the main road, in our community. Our community, we're from Monia community, so we have it on the main road. When we we ask all the community children to come to work on it. So for almost like over 1 week, that's where they resume. They come in the morning, they come
Having
in the
fun
night,
and learning
they're
at
having
the
fun
same
and they're
time.
learning, because our own focus is on the hands and our own focus is children. Because what we have realized is that most of the adults that we have around have a fixed mindset, and you spend extra time trying to convince an adult
break
that is already
that,
set in his
paradigm.
mind. But if you catch the children young and you set them on the right path, then you can guarantee a better future. So we focus on the children, we teach them how to work with their hands. We have a mantra we say, these are my hands, God gave them to me, they are blessed. Whatever I do with them shall prosper. My hands are blessed, and that's our focus.
So that's what you open with before you start
anytime we want to
training.
start any craft training, anything, that's what we do. So they focus on their hands, and we let them know that with this your hand,
You can do a lot of things.
you can do a
and
lot of
achieve
things, and there's
greatness.
nothing you can't do. We always tell them, you can't say nothing, you can't say impossibility, you can't say I cannot do it. So they know. Once they say, do that, no, you know you can't say that. You can do
So you're
all
not only
things.
building the physical
You can do
aspect,
all
but also
things.
building
And
their
this
mind.
particular one we just finished now was a lot of challenge for us, because it was tall, 20 feet,
So how are you able to get up there? To
ladders, and the kids were on the ladders.
Yeah, I saw some of the.
The kids were on the ladders
The ladders have to stand on a wall,
on the tree, because
but
was
it's
a
made
wall-
of plastic.
plastics and frames. We had a iron rod frame.
Okay,
so
around
it is standing
Okay,
on
so
its
it's-
own.
Okay,
It is
okay,
standing on
okay.
its own, and it is 20 feet. When we had we used over 2,000 plastic bottles, but the plastic bottles were initially picked September 15 World Cleanup Day by the children, because we had a meetup September 15 with all the community children and some other organizations that came on, but we had about 150 people that came. And we picked like almost 3 major dump sites.
At the time, did you
Wow.
know that was what you were going to do with the plastic
No,
bottles?
we were thinking of selling the plastic bottles or trying to see how much we can gain from what we picked about.
Okay.
But by the time we asked around, the people that wanted to buy the plastic bottles around, the prices they were asking for was cheap, was not, and so we said, okay, fine, instead of just saying, okay, let's just, all the effort we made, let's see other things we can
That
do
we
with
could
it.
do
With
with
the-
it.
And so when Christmas season came, we're like, okay, fine, we can make a giant Christmas
Christmas
tree
tree.
from the plastic bottles we've picked.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
It's
very
been
much.
amazing.
It's mind blowing. I mean,
Thank you.
most of the things you've said, I've not heard them anywhere before. It means Nigeria has a future.
It does.
Nigeria does have a future.
Has
For
a
those of you
great
that are thinking,
future, actually.
those that are region of Nigeria, you don't know what you're saying. Nigeria has a very bright future. And of course, the program is still Breakfast Weekend. We will have to go on a break right now. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us.